Welcome back, you guys. How you all doing tonight? I'm in EFC, this is Blue Lines TV, and today I'm here to bring you guys a match review to our 2-2 draw against Tottenham in the mindcup series. For me, I felt like the first 60 minutes was excellent. Wow. Some of the performances, some of the plays, the ability on show as well, you guys. I'm seeing a team that has a hunger and intensity. A team that is raring to go for next season. A team that wants that Premier League title. I look at the team, you can tell they're competing against each other. They're training hard, they're working hard. That must be the reason. That must explain why we're seeing such, good performances from a lot of players who've just returned back to the team. So credit to them for keeping themselves fit, and that's the type of professionalism that, as fans, that's what you want to see in the players. So today, you guys, I'm going to talk about some of the positives from Ziyech and Kante. The nice little bits of play from Andrew, how he played in the system as well, Timo Werner, so many things to discuss, you guys. I hope you do enjoy. Show your love in the comment section, get involved, share your thoughts and ideas behind the game as well. And if you like today's video, smash the like button. I'd like to get over 2k likes today. So, let's get straight into things now and let's discuss those first 60 minutes. Yeah, credit to Tottenham, maybe started the game. They had, the better start, for sure. But we quickly grew back into the game. Our midfield was starting to get a lot more comfortable on the ball, receiving a lot more. We were playing through Tottenham's lines. We weren't closing us down out wide enough. We were playing, out wide. Centre-backs finding the wing-backs, stretching the play, keeping things wide, and, finding holes between the lines. And I'm not surprised we started to dominate from there. And, one of the reasons why we dominated was due to Kante. And wow, what a great performance today. What a classy showing. For me, with Kante, and I tweeted this too, we have to appreciate that he is more than just his engine, his work rate, his defending, his defensive reading. The reason why he's world class and in a tier of his own, because no one's competing with him. He's in a tier of his own. It's because he's world class technically and mentally as well. His reading of the game, of course, is excellent, but it's his positioning. It's his technique behind how he covers the ground as well. Like, if you watch how he runs, he stays at one pace all the time. He's like a homing missile, just, going around the pitch. And it's no surprise why he screens the defense so well. He's an absolute genius of a football player. He showed his excellent passing too. He's very comfortable, and I've got to say this, but thank you, Maurizio Sarri. I feel like, it's no surprise why Kante became so good. Working under Conte meant that he had to get more comfortable on the ball, be more effective in possession. Under Sarri, he was tasked with making forward runs and behind as well, and constantly making runs into the box. Of course, naturally playing further forward, you have to improve your game even more, and he's so complete with his entire game, and it's an absolute privilege to have a player like this in the team. I feel like as fans, we're always quite lucky. We tend to always have like one of the very best players in the world at one time playing for us. So that is Kante currently. But another player too that absolutely shone in the game today was Ziyech. I said this earlier, but I do feel like he's been our best player this pre-season. I feel like he's been very effective, and of course the hat-trick in that behind closed doors game as well. He's been getting goals, he's been getting assists, making tons of creative plays as well too. And today he demonstrated what his left foot can do. 2 excellent goals. First one was a fantastic goal. First off, I have to give credit to Timo Werner. He made that excellent forward run to, stretch the defense, create that space for Ziyech to run into, and of course he was unopposed. And if you give a player like Ziyech time and space like that to, really have the time to focus on where he's going to aim his shot, then you're asking for him to score against you. And we've seen how excellent his shots are at the near post, time and time again. Let's not forget his goal against Man City last season too. This guy is an excellent plan. I feel like I've been vindicated again. Yeah, maybe I'm getting a bit too ahead of myself, but during this preseason's like one of his first times in 12 months have the opportunity to get really fit. Last season he suffered with so many injuries. Of course, the Brighton game, gets injured straight in that preseason last season, and of course further injuries that continue to happen throughout the season too. So he was never a player to write off. Too often I feel as fans we can define players by circumstances too often. We have to look past that at times and understand the reasons behind why they are in these current circumstances. It doesn't mean they've just become crap players all of a sudden. And I really feel like we're like shining right now due to this new formation that we're seeing Tuchel using for the team. You know, having two strikers up front playing off each other together, it allows Ziyech to play in behind, and he has a lot of space to, you know, decide where he wants to operate. He can drop deeper, you know, he can receive in the half space, you know, find nice little angles between the lines as well. And, you know, of course, he has the ability to take shots from these distances too. I feel like we have seen a bit of a glimpse of the Galazzo to expect from him. There's even more of that to come from him too. And he looks like one of the sharpest players, one of the best players this preseason. And for me, of course, he's starting against Villarreal, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to start as the season does come back. So, you know, credit to him, 2 great goals. In those first 60 minutes, we continued to show tons of threat, and you know, Timo Werner in particular, he looked quite hungry. Of course, he was feeling confident, wanting to give the fans a showing. Of course, they're singing his name and he's feeling off that vibe. And, you know, that hunger's good. That's what you want to see from Werner because, you know, essentially, even if he doesn't have that goal threat often in games, he does provide a lot for the team due to the runs in behind and the space that creates for teammates. I mean, that's something that can't just be overlooked. You know, it's a team game, and you know that's very effective and important for the rest of the teammates. It really felt like we should have had this wrapped up. It should have been 3-0. Many good opportunities to make that happen. And actually, of course, as the game goes on, second half comes, and you know we have to see a completely different team. It's still pre-season. Tuchel has to share out the minutes with the rest of the teammates. You know, and naturally the level did kind of dip. I think it was quite noticeable, to be honest. And of course, you know, context, they haven't ever played together. Naturally, the other team have played together, you know, throughout nearly half a season. So of course they're going to know that. But yeah, of course, you know, we saw some mistakes creep in and Spurs capitalizing off them. You know, Bakayoko and Sarr. I felt like Bakayoko was quite poor today. You know, for me, one of the things I've never really appreciated too much about his game is that I really feel like he's slow receiving, especially with his back to goal, especially in behind. It's too slow. It's too slow. It's you know, he doesn't trap the ball quickly enough, and it's just like, you know, when he's turning as well, it's like he's taking an extra step every single time, and it's no surprise that he gets dispossessed. And of course, he played a part at the start, which should have been preventable. And of course, as Spurs attacking the transition, deflection of Malang Sarr. Maybe his body position could have been a bit better, but again, it was still an extremely lucky fluky goal scored by Moura. And, you know, of course, after that, personally, I felt like I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs found a way to get an equaliser, and naturally they did not too long after. And again, it was another poor mistake from Malang Sarr. Now, I know that a few people maybe had some hopes for him that potentially, you know, he's part of the squad, does something for the team, but, you know, the reality was he was in the first team at Porto, and then he moved down to the B team. So I think that kind of sums up how his season went, essentially. And, you know, I get it, it's pre-season, you have a small window to impress the manager, and, you know, you have to take risks. I mean, you can't play it safe because then you've got nothing for the manager to remember you for. So I understand, I get the context, I get how the player's thinking. It just wasn't his night today, and it was a little bit of a shame. But you know, there were some nice positives too with the introduction of the, you know, the new team, the B team. Tino Anjorin. I mean, you man saw that play from him, yeah? Skipping past 3 players like that, the little step over as well. Oh, the sauce. That's what I want to see. That's what Anjorin can do. I feel like Tuchel has to let him shine next season. He has to shout some minutes. He has to be fair. There'll be times we're going to be 3-0 up, 2-0 up with like, what, 10 minutes left of the game to go. Give those 10 minutes to Anjorin. Build his confidence. Get him ready. Use him in games of the Carabao Cup. Give him those minutes. I think he can provide something for the team. Very good player. He combines that strength very well. Great low centre of gravity too. Shoots with both feet. Very powerful as well. An excellent finisher. Very precise. I mean, the guy's got some talent, so Tuchel, please, you know, give him some minutes for next season. But, you know, of course, you guys, on top of that too, I thought Loftus-Cheek was looking quite good too. Again, if you consider the mentality that players have to take more risks and etc, etc, you know, I felt like maybe 80% of the time, everything was good for Ruben. Another 20%, of course, pre-season, you're still trying to get that full match sharpness back. But, you know, already he's showing that he can easily play with his teammates. He's had some really positive showings as well. And it's just about finding that consistency even more now and building from that. So, you know, I personally feel like I wouldn't be surprised if Ruben is going to be our 4th mid this season. I think I would do that personally. I don't think we're going to have this crazy window like we expected. If we're not going to pay the buyout clause for Kante, for example, then I can't imagine we're going to be buying many other players as well. So I think that's a reality to accept. And listen, we got till January. That's only like a few months away. If there's issues, the club will invest in the window. That's what we do. We're a Chelsea football club, man. That's how we do it. So yeah, I feel like tonight, very positive. Seeing the first team, essentially, they're looking sharp, they're looking ready. This game against Villarreal coming up, I need to see us winning this trophy, you guys. We have to lift it. Super Cup, too many bad memories, too many bad ones. We can't keep taking L's in this anymore. We have to go for the win, man. So on that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving, and yeah, of course, appreciate you guys watching all the content coming out today. I'm really getting back in the groove of things again and enjoying what I'm doing and making good content for you guys. So on that note, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.